Childrens, today we will discuss regarding in India. We saw earlier that even in India, Sanskrit, Persian, Arabic, and other classic were widely studied and translated. This was the age when the Munsis and Munims became indispensable so ruler could administrator his kingdom without these educated managers and accountants. During Mughal times, Munsi and Munim worked in rulers' courts. They performed administrative tasks such as correspondence, preparing legal documents, maintaining the books of accounts, writing about various events, etc. Around 1689, a writer from Chhattisgarh, Ratanpur Kingdom, wrote a satirical poem, Khoob Tamasha, in which he poked fun at the kings and queens of Ratanpur and their divans. Students, our next topic is a new आर्टिस्टिक ट्रेंड्स. इस टॉपिक में हम जानेंगे कि कैसे आर्किटेक्चर को बढ़ावा मिला, कैसे पिलर्स और डोम्स की सहायता से विभिन्न मंदिरों तथा मस्जिदों का निर्माण हुआ. इसकी शुरुआत सबसे पहले रोम से हुई. One another big change in India and several other countries was flowering of creative art after 1300 CE. When Turks came to India, they brought with them new buildings, techniques such as the use of domes and arches. This techniques was first developed in ancient Greek and Rome. Massive temples were built in India using pillars and beams. For example, Kanjariya Mahadev Temple in Khajuraho. It was built about 1000 years ago. One more example is the dome of Pantheon built 2000 years ago in Rome. It looks absolutely grand when seen from the outside. In India, the use of domes and arches mixed with architecture in the early modern period. As a result of this fusion, new transformed Indian architecture took space, which both Hindu and Muslim rulers adopted. In India, we see the examples like Lotus Mahal of Vijayanagar, the palaces of Fatehpur Sikri, and very famous Taj Mahal. Thus, the architectural journey of domes and arches began in the ancient Rome Empire. In this Renaissance period, one more important changes occurred, that is art and painting. So, our next topic is art and sculpture. Dear students, now we discuss about painting of Renaissance period. In Europe, Middle Ages painting and limited scope had limited scope. In Europe, Middle Ages painting had limited scope. They are restricted to biblical. It means most of the paintings were based on Christianity. In 13th century, things began changing when artists began painting based on their observation of real humanities, with new color being introduced from India, and Iran artists began experimenting with colors and methods. They also used oil paint and mixed color to get innumerable shades. Their painting also became more realistic. We should now study about the two important painters of this time. Italy has many great painters during the Renaissance period, but shall discuss the two most important among them. They were Leonardo da Vinci, born 1450, died 1519 CE, and Michelangelo, born 1475, died 1564 CE. Leonardo da Vinci was a scientist, sculptor, artist, inventor, and painter. He was the perfect example of the Renaissance man. His most widely discussed painting is Mona Lisa. Michelangelo is counted among the most prominent artists in world history. He was a good sculptor as he was a painter. Take a look at the most famous among the La Pieta, the grief of the mother with the dead body of her son in her lip. Most of the Renaissance art was impressed by Christianity. Now we come to early modern painting in India. A new chapter opened in Indian painting in the 15th century. This was the time when bright colors were used to paint pictures on paper. The most famous Iranian painter was Kamleddin Behzad. When the Mughal dynasty was established in India, emperors invited many Iranian artists to our country. Indian painters and Iranian artists together produced a really wonderful new tradition of painting called Mughal miniature painting. See this painting. It is a very famous at that time, which was done by Miskin, a Mughal court painter. This painting depicts a scene from Mahabharata. Sri Krishna is seen lifting the Govardhan hill. The cows, their herders, and other people are sheltering beneath. One more famous painting which was done by Vichitra. It is a symbolic painting that depicts the emperor's spiritual leanings. Jahangir is shown sitting on an hourglass. Okay, students, now I will meet you in next class. Thank you. Goodbye. Save yourself from corona. Have a nice day. Thank you.